Hello, my name is Ricardo Hazell with the Shadow League. Hello, Mr. Hudlin. Good morning.
Good. How you doing, Ricardo?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. It's great to talk to you again. Uh, just got finished watching Safety, a very harrowing tale, a very familiar tale to individuals who are in tune with that sort of thing. Please
Right.
tell me, what was the impetus for you wanting to do this film?
Um, when I read it, I said, "Wow, I love this script." It was based on a reality I knew very well. I thought this young man's efforts to make a way out of no way were heroic. I thought the fact that he overcame every obstacle was inspirational. And I felt like this is the kind of story that we really need right now. And that was pre-COVID. That was
Mhm.
before things got even worse. I just thought, God, this is this celebrates the kind of values that our country really needs right now.
Indeed. One of the things that really struck me, and I was surprised how emotional I was about the scene, is when Famar almost was taken away by the social worker, and the young actor who played Famar was so nonchalant, like this was so regular, like, yeah, I'll be fine. And of course, I'm familiar with such circumstances, not me personally, but individuals I know. And when a kid says, "Oh, I'll be fine," that's when you know that you got to step in and do something for, because he's slowly becoming institutionalized. Could you talk about that paradigm and how you directed that scene right there?
Yeah, boy, you really nailed it. I mean, there's that false bravado that young people have of like,
Mm-hmm.
I got this, I'm tough,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hard. Whether it's going to prison or going to whatever, like and you go, that's insanity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, you know, we walk around with PTSDs. So many folks in the community, we don't call it that,
Mm-hmm.
but all this childhood trauma that people walk around with that is unresolved,
Indeed.
and and so yeah, that's Ray knew better. He's watching his little brother walk down that hall, and he knows he can't go through those doors. He can't go
Mm-hmm.
through those doors.
Right.
So he calls out, and I'll take him. He has no plan. He has no plan,
Right.
but he knows that can't happen.
Right.
So he's like,
Right.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Indeed. Now, uh, could you speak about how Ray's actions, although they've been institutionalized, pardon me, not institutionalized, they've been uh, recorded and made famous in part because he went to a very prestigious university. Uh, could you talk about the paradigm of Ray's character and the real life Ray actually going from one environment to the other seamlessly, and how he has to switch up his mentality to deal with different environments, and how that is indicative of our collective dualism as citizens of African descent here in America?
Yes. Again, a beautiful question, man. Thank you. It's such an integral part of our survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he he had to drive, he had the discipline, right? But then it went to another level. One of my favorite scenes is when his coach pulls him aside and says, the good players only need to hear this once,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're judging you on your schoolwork and your work on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if both of them aren't excellent, then you don't keep your scholarship.
Right.
Period. And yeah, you're having a hard time getting your books. We don't care.
Nope. Don't
Work it
care.
out, right? Now, if you do your part, we will reach out like family. But you've got to do your part. And that's ultimately the click in Ray's head that he had to process. It's just like, I've got to make maximum effort. And if I make maximum effort, it will be recognized by my fellow players, by the organization, by the entire community, and they will come in. But it starts with me. I start the wave, right? I start the ripple. And that revelation of taking ultimate responsibility for his life and the life of his brother, is what enabled him to do what he needed to do.
Indeed, and thank you for that answer. And I also, to add on, I feel like not only is that something that young men in scholar athlete situations have to deal with from the neighborhood, but people in general from marginalized groups across the board. However, when you tell someone, yes, despite racism, despite feminism, patriarchal behavior, despite all of these barriers, it's still up to you, it doesn't resonate with them because they think you're blaming them instead of the circumstance at hand. How would you explain to an individual who would come to that conclusion and say, hey, don't blame me if I don't meet these high marks because so many of these barriers have been set forth before me?
Right. Well, I mean, there's a saying that I say a lot to people. Don't fight the power, be the power. We as a people give away our power all the time, right? Oh, well, they did, they got money, or they got white privilege, or and all those things are true, right? When you walk through the woods, there are snakes, there are bears, there are coyotes, there are all kinds of things that can take you out, right? It's the nature of nature, right? So the question is, what are you going to do? Because you are alone in the woods. And you need to get where you're going. You need to eat. You need to find shelter. You need to look out for your loved ones. So it's not that we're not acknowledging the dangers around you, the challenges you have to face. It's all about what you embracing your power, that you can overcome all these obstacles. We expect that of you, not unfairly, but because we see the power in you. You need to see the power in yourself, the way we see it in you.
Outstanding. Now, I know we're running low on time, but I just wanted you to comment on how after individuals at the school realized what Ray was going through, how some individuals, they were sympathetic, and, how this also happens in the real world if you put forth the effort, which goes toward the ripple effect of love and support that you had spoken about earlier.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, right? And most human beings are good human beings, right? And particularly on a one-on-one basis, right? Once you just get, you get beyond those people and you get into you and me, right? And I don't care who the you is on the other side. They're, when you get in a one-on-one situation, they're going to recognize your humanity. And, in return, you need to recognize their humanity. And they're going to recognize the real one, right? Because you're going through hard times, but you don't know their situation. They may have gone through hard times too. And, you don't play people cheap,
Yeah, we tend to do that.
Right. They might be a real one too, in their own way, in their own, wavelength. So you'd be surprised what people perceive when you come correct.
Indeed. Now, before I let you go, is there anything I may have neglected to ask you about safety or any of your other work that you'd like for my readers to know about?
Look, and this has been one of my favorite interviews since I've been doing this for 3 days now.
Wow,
because
outstanding.
You only ask questions about real things. So
my mom's gonna love this.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being you. Let's find other reasons to talk, because I love your publication, And I love how you process the information, man. I'm really grateful.
Oh, you've made my week, Mr. Hudlin. And let me go ahead and get you off of here before they start bringing me up here. Thank you very much, Mr. Hudlin. Looking forward to talking to you again soon, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Ricardo.